Hello, my name is Andronicus Torp. I'm writing a PhD about quantum physics and human resource management, where I have developed an HRM performance evaluation tool which can assess a person's skills, competences, and qualities, and thus future performance, in a way which is objective and quantitative. This tool may thus find application within, for example, talent management and performance evaluation. This presentation, which is the first in a series about this topic, will discuss the scientific foundation of this PhD. I shall not go into a discussion as such of human resource management, the importance of having the right employee for the right task, etc. I assume that you already know about these matters, as this PhD builds on top of the work which is already done within this field. The first subject which will be discussed is the principles of the universe. This in order to understand, let us say, the rules of the game, meaning the underlying structures which governs this universe in which we exist. The second subject will be that of the energetic structure of the human being. This includes the electromagnetic field of the human being, as well as the 7 different electromagnetic frequency domains, which are also known as chakras. In the end, this will be related to the goal of this PhD, to be able to evaluate a person's skills, competences and qualities in an objective and quantitative way. According to Einstein, E equals mc squared, or energy equals mass multiplied with the speed of light uplifted in second. This means that everything in the universe consists of energy, and since we human beings are part of this universe, logically we must also consist of energy. According to quantum physics, this energy is governed by 4 principles: gravity, the strong and the weak nuclear force, as well as electromagnetism. Stephen Hawking writes that, I quote, "Electromagnetic forces are responsible for all of chemistry and biology." End of quotation. Since we human beings are biological beings, it seems logical that it should be possible to make an objective and quantitative evaluation of a human being based on the principle of electromagnetism. Exactly like you can see how much battery is left on your laptop, also based on the principle of electromagnetism. According to Professor Emeritus Dr. William A. Tiller from Stanford University, there is a connection between a person's electromagnetic field and the functioning of that person. He states that the present view within medicine and biology is that people are capable of performing a function which influences and is influenced by the structure of that person, which again influences and is influenced by the chemical level of that person. And that is it. Tiller agrees with this, yet he also states that beyond the chemical level is the electromagnetic structure. Thus it seems that by measuring a person's electromagnetic field, it is possible to obtain information about that person which goes to an even deeper level than what can be obtained through the chemical level. This electromagnetic foundation of the human being has been examined by 2 very famous scientists, Professor Emeritus Dr. Valerie V. Hunt from UCLA, as well as by Dr. Motoyama, the founder of the California Institute of Human Sciences. Here I shall, briefly, give an overview of some of the elements they state that they have discovered regarding the electromagnetic field and/or electromagnetic frequency domains of the human being. I wish to emphasize that their work goes way beyond what I am including here, as they seem predominantly to focus on the connection between human health and the electromagnetic field or frequency domains, whereas I focus on how this knowledge can be used in a human resource management context in order to make an objective and quantitative evaluation which can be used, for example, within talent management, performance evaluation, etc. According to Hunt, she and her team was the first to study the extremely high biological frequency of the human being, and some of their conclusions were that 1. Everybody has a unique individual pattern. 2. There is a connection between the electromagnetic field and the profession which a person has chosen. This may be applied to help, for example, teenagers to choose the career path which fits them the best. 3. Hunt also states that she found that some people have an expanded electromagnetic field, whereas others have a more contracted field. This information may possibly be used to predict which kind of work a person will appreciate and thus be good at. It may be considered that a person with a more expanded electromagnetic field has more all-round tendencies and may thus enjoy and be good at work which requires different activities, whereas a person which has a more contracted field may appreciate a more focused work with less diversity. At the present moment, we have not conducted studies regarding these elements, so it remains hypothesis. 4. Finally, Hunt also states that she discovered a certain compatibility between fields, meaning that in experiments where two people were placed on two chairs with their backs towards the other without knowing who the other person was, and so close that their electromagnetic fields touched, yet without the touching of their physical bodies, one of three things would happen. 1. Either the electromagnetic field would completely refuse each other. Or 2. One field would completely overtake and dominate the other fields. Or 3. The two fields would merge, yet at a much higher frequency of vibration than each field individually. Once again, we have not conducted scientific studies regarding how this knowledge may be applied in order to predict, for example, which people will work well together in a team or in a department. It may be, and I emphasize that further scientific studies are needed in order to verify or falsify this, that two people whose fields completely refuse each other will manifest the same tendency in their teamwork, meaning that they will not be able to work together at all, whereas two people whose electromagnetic fields would merge, yet at a much higher level of vibration, would work very well together. These elements need to be scientifically validated, yet remain possibilities. Once we have clarified them, it should be possible to put people together in teams or departments which will be able to work well together and thus improve their life quality as well as to minimize costs related to dysfunctional teams. Where Dr. Hunt has examined the entire electromagnetic field of the human being, Dr. Motoyama has examined 7 different electromagnetic frequency domains which are known as chakras. His study consisted of validating the existence of these 7 different electromagnetic frequency domains, which he states that he has done. Each of these 7 different electromagnetic frequency domains supposedly has a set of skills, competences, and qualities connected with it. For example, endurance, charisma, willpower, drive, emotional intelligence, empathy, communication, strategic overview, etc. However, to the best of my knowledge, the qualities connected with each of these 7 domains has not been scientifically verified yet, which is thus part of my PhD. However, as stated when discussing Einstein's E equals mc squared, since everything in this universe consists of energy, logically all human skills, competences and qualities must also consist of energy. The, let us say, beauty of measuring human skills, competences and qualities this way, through the electromagnetic frequency domain, is that it becomes possible to make objective measurements and to state in a quantitative way how much a specific person has or manifests these skills, competences and qualities. The higher the amplitude within a specific electromagnetic frequency domain is, the more that person manifests these skills, competences and qualities. Imagine, for example, that you are the sales director in a company, and your experience tells you that a successful salesperson, amongst other qualities, should also have, let's say, charisma and empathy. By the use of this HR tool, it can be established objectively and quantitatively how much charisma a person has, and thus you, the sales director, can choose the person best fit for the job. In reality, this tool can be used for any job role. Each of these 7 different electromagnetic frequency domains has a plus-minus polarity, obviously it is electromagnetism we speak about, which influence the manifestation of the skills, competences and qualities connected with each level. This is a very detailed knowledge which I shall not go more in depth with here. The goal of this PhD is to make an HRM performance evaluation tool based on universal principles, which can assess a person's skills, competences and qualities in an objective and quantitative way. In this way, human resource management gets the possibility to measure the effects of at least some of its initiatives, especially within talent management and development, and can in this way prove its contribution to the bottom line of the company.